shop tour. Let's do a shop tour. I love a shop tour. Oh, I love a shop tour. I don't know why. I mean, it's just fun. It's just fun seeing what other people have and how they do it. Hopefully this one will be good. I don't know if this is going to hold up compared to what other people's dope shop tours consist of. This shop's pretty basic. It's not too like elaborate. We don't have too many tools here yet. We're still kind of building. But yeah, let me show you what's up. You can see the number one tool is right behind me, and that is this layout table. That was a fun day. Me and my business partners, I share shop space with the tree service. Maplewood Tree Care, the best in Madison. If you're needing tree work done, get in touch with me or get in touch with Jeremy Williams. That's a really nice, top-notch crew there to get your tree work done. So Jeremy and I, we've been buddies for, I don't know, maybe going on like 10 years or something. And he's always been there to help me out when I have weird ideas, like driving to Indiana. I think it was 6 hours one way. I was having a hell of a time finding layout tables, quality welding and layout tables. And then this one showed up. I think it was like $800 for this. It's 11.5 by 8 and 7. So 11 by 8, basically 90 square feet, 80 something square feet. Yeah, it was like $800, $750, I don't know, something crazy cheap. But it was 6 hours one way. So, I mean, ultimately it was like a 14-hour, 15-hour road trip day at least, because it was 6 hours there. We had to do the whole rigmarole of loading it up, picking it up. The thing weighs probably 6,000 pounds or something. And then we had to bring it back, drive it all the way 6 hours back. Then we had to get it into my garage at the time. This was in my garage. Talk about a pain in the ass. But it is my number one tool, for sure. I built the mill, the sawmill, which I'll show you. I built the sawmill on this table. So that's it. We'll start at the top. The old number one tool. Don't think I'll ever get that much of a deal again. I mean, it's just the way, it's worth more than its weight in steel. All right, so that's the layout table. Just a little simple, Harbor Freight hydraulic press there. This is a pretty good score, $250, fairly good size drill press, and it does have the old, where is it at? Jacobs. So it's got a nice chuck on it, Jacobs chuck, runs really good. I got this nice dual light setup on it, works great. That's been a godsend. Use that tool all the time, drill press. Next to it is my previous old little drill press, which I still keep set up because I frequently need to have more than one bit set up. And this chuck also goes fatter than a 1/2 inch. This is like a 5/8, so I can get a little bit of a fatter bit in there. Central Machinery. I think they're both. This one, there must have been a factory somewhere in Taiwan or China back in the day that made these things. They got all kinds of different badges on them. This is definitely a Harbor Freight special. The holes on the fab table come in handy for clamping points, so those don't bother me at all. So that's my forever table probably. Here's another table. This is my first welding table. You can see this also serves as like my stock. So I have all kinds of longer stock here. This is for stuff that's like longer than 5 or 6 feet. And then stuff that's shorter than 5 or 6 feet, all that scrap and whatever leftover is underneath. But that's my beater welding table. It's got a 1/2 inch top. That is 10 by 5. So it's also no joke. It's also a nice big table. And you can see I have like my TIG sharpening setup here. TIG sharpening setup is our diamond lapidary wheels. 4 different grits. It goes from rough to less rough to smooth to smoothest. So I'll go merp, 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 and it's like a mirror polish. As you can see, like all beginning TIG welders, I'm mostly just a tip dipper. Tip dipping. I love to dip me some tip. Yeah, that's what I'm good at. Okay. Tungsten sharpener. Just a regular old Chinese special 6-inch, 5-inch jaw vise. This is one of my favorite tools in the shop. I'm so glad I got this. I highly recommend everyone gets one of these. If you've ever considered it, get one. This is a magnetic clamping table, and you can just see how much force I have to put into this to get it to really, let me try it again. Lifting up, look at these, oh Jesus. Oh God, yeah, that's really, that really clamps on there. I use it all the time. Yesterday I was using it to clean rust off a plate. So you put something on here, you know, you fire up your angle grinder, good to go. It's awesome. Speaking of angle grinders, this is about how many angle grinders I usually have out. This is like a paint removing bit, though this usually has 40 grit. This is also on an extended long extension cord. I replaced the original wire here so I could walk it out long into the shop. My best quality fine angle grinder has my cutting disc on it. I really like the 3M Cubitron, which these also have. Oh, this is another, actually, I gotta say, there's a Chinese ceramic brand. What is it? Oh man, it's worked really good. Sali. Get that brand. And then this one has another Cubitron 40 grit flap disc. But anyways, that's kind of what it takes, right? You're always using angle grinders when you're in a steel shop. So whatever vise, if shit gets serious, post vise. A bunch of fixturing stuff here. So this is all different stuff that I use for fixturing. One of my many scrap bins. You can just see there's kind of like stuff. There's like threaded rod down in there. Old hydraulic hand pump. Here's some Schedule 40 tubes, some solid rod, all kinds of weird shit. This is old post vise, which works great when you have to really do a lot of big time clamping power. The first of the two welders, this is the Powcon 400 SM. Man, I kind of bought this on a whim off of eBay. I noticed it was a local seller who had it listed on eBay. I was like, yo, let's meet up. You know, these are legendary. These are the first inverter welders. This thing has been so rock solid for me. How many hundreds of pounds of wire have I put through this? I mean, it's just wild. It's got a big old extension cable on it. It's got the old style, big number 4 Tweco gun. Thing can get plenty hot. Oh, I burnt so much hot wire through there. Air compressor. This is some rando stuff from the mill. We'll kind of go over there next. We're going to go this way first. So this is our stickering bin, just some stuff to organize stuff for the mill. Hopefully, oh gosh, this is a project, compressor project. Don't take on a compressor project, not a good idea. Empty bin from a auction site. Hey, some bulletproof glass. This is pretty cool. Big old sheet of bulletproof glass. That was from the from Rick's. This is gonna be speakers here. That was from when I took my work truck and put the bulletproof glass window on the back of it. This is a 6-inch by 79-inch belt grinder. I spent so much time. You know, sometimes you get it in your head. You're like, this is how I'm gonna use that tool. I'm gonna use it all the time like this. I'm gonna flip it up, and I'm gonna be able to grind with it vertically, and then I'm gonna set it down, and I'm gonna be able to. So the idea was I could grind on this face here, which is mostly what I do, but you can also grind up here, right? So this whole thing rotates to sit vertically. I don't think I've used it once. But I had to engineer this whole system in order to pull that feet off. You see it has this kind of pivot point right here. So this whole thing flips up. Well, oh, the other cool thing about this is it also has, you can kind of see it has a filtration system and a vacuum. So these lines suck all the dust and debris into a collection bin in there. Pretty sweet setup. Starting to get into some of the mill swag. This is the mill. You can check out my other videos about the mill. This is one of the fun things that you get to make when you have a mill. You get to make live edge storage shelves. I'll skip over the mill because most of my content's about the mill. So that over there is the electrical, my board for organizing jobs and charges, Forklift. I feel like you guys see the forklift enough, but let's go take a peek at it. This is the Minneapolis Moline, or white MY70 mobile lift. MY70 forklift. It's rated for 7,000 pounds. I feel like it'll definitely get 7,000 pounds. I recently ran into my first couple logs that this thing would flinch at. It can pick up a lot of weight. I think I just blew a wheel cylinder that I think I'm gonna have to replace. Kind of a bummer. Okay, so back over to the welding side of things. Back onto the welding table. This table is super crowned. It's out like a 1/2 inch or a 1/4 inch, crowned that way and crowned this way. Whatever the factory this used to be at used to set super heavy things on the edge here, and it eventually just crowned it up. So I wouldn't mind eventually replacing the surface, but you know, that's quite an expense. And it works as it is. So I kind of have this flat piece of machined steel here, so I can have a nice reference surface. You can see that right now I have like a kitchen knife project that I'm working on, and that's been on my list of things to do for a long time. These things are fun. These work lights, these are just like old desk lamps or whatever, and I built these. You know, they make really great lights for the shop. Okay, here's one of my favorite tools. This is the I keep looking at the camera and being like, oh geez, it's really hard to see things. Syncrowave. This is the 350 LX. 750 bucks I got this for. Yeah, 750. Yeah, I think it was like these kids. It was up like a couple hours north of here. And also I think this welding table, I think I only spent 400 bucks on, which is also a great deal. I think these kids who worked at this welding shop just like wanted new Dynasty TIG welders, and they kind of knew that their business owner was gonna spring for them, and so they were like, yep, this thing doesn't work anymore, it's junk, we need to replace it. And he did, and they got brand new Dynasty welders, Dynasty whatever, 450s or whatever they are, I can't remember the number. And so they sold this thing. I think it works perfectly. I've never noticed an issue with it. Oh my God, I don't have time to tell you the story on this Dual 26, but man, that story is crazy, crazy. Chicago, oh God. That's one of my next top of the list projects, is to get that thing running. I think it's in pretty good shape. I just got to go through it. I got to get it out of this corner. I think I have to shift all these tables back and then put that over there, because that's a tool that we're going to use a lot of eventually. Here's all my old storage. You can see, here's all my storage. You can see that I really favor old filing cabinets for tool storage. They work really good. Oh, Ellis, the Ellis. This is the 2000, I believe. Yeah, this is a model 2000 Ellis saw. These are great. Super versatile, not exceptionally accurate. If you need accuracy, you need to go with a heavier saw than this. Believe it or not, this saw weighs like 900 pounds. So from here on out, it's not very realistic to expect portability. This is about as big as you can get and still wheel it around the shop, which we kind of do. I mean, you know, we're in a tight spot here, so it's nice to be able to switch it around. Some kind of extra threaded rod stock, forklift, gas, chainsaw. Don't forget about the system. My goal is to get another 10-inch sub and then another 18-inch sub. So this is a, I'm having a hard time mind blank on what this is called. Anyways, 15-inch subwoofer with, you know what that's called, that design of box. And then a 12-inch. So I think it would be fun to have 10, 12, 15, 18 Acurus, Adcom, Crown Electronics, some BMW DM 2000s that I have basically modified to be DM 3000s. Sandblaster, radial saw, bunch of toys and tools from the business partner. That's mostly it. Shop tour. I don't know why. I just think it's so fun. So fun. Probably because I love tools and shops. But who doesn't love tools and shops, right? Thanks for watching. I'm hungry. All that yip yip yapping, all that yada 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 has made a hunger in my belly. I'm gonna go eat lunch and then I'm gonna mill some wood. Peace.